Right. Mr. Sivash, I'd like your opinion on this too, given, of course, what then will be the course of action that the U.S. is going to take, while there is concern on whether or not there is going to be a move forward towards negotiations with Iran. It seems, at least in terms of rhetoric, there seems to be more emphasis on this escalating, especially with Trump's announcement regarding attack on Iran's nuclear centrifuge, which he says will be a heavy one.
Right now, Americans are facing some casualties in their troops, and these casualties will actually increase domestic pressure. You know, American administration initially presented that this war is going to be a limited and short military campaign. And American people remember other major wars in the Middle East, especially in Iraq and Afghanistan, that actually had thousands of American lives and trillions of dollars and put these on their hands. So they have little appetite for prolonged wars, and especially in the Middle East. So I think casualties right now may not immediately, force the American administration to end the war, but while the objectives are not clear and fuel prices are increasing, and if conflict continue for months right now, from now, so it's going to be massive political domestic pressure for them. And I think they cannot continue this way unless they should change dramatically their position.
Mr. Sivash, how exactly are you looking at these developments vis-a-vis how Israel's actions continue to affect the larger Middle Eastern situation, and how this was something that was done both by the U.S. and Israel? And so now exactly what stakes are there, and how much influence and impact there is of Israel's interest in what the U.S. actually pursues with Iran?
Well, for the Israelis, the main problem is not the Strait of Hormuz, and it's not actually or mainly Iranian nuclear program. The main problem is Iranian government, because unfortunately Iranian government during past decades always threatened Israel, and they wanted to actually remove this state and not see these states. So they think they should overthrow the government. Their objective is mainly different. Objectives are mainly different from American in this war. And so because of that, they are going to pressure more and more on American governments and those people in American government that want a kind of negotiation with Iran, especially J.D. Vance, as he actually himself publicly declared that there is much pressure on him to not, and American government to not continue these actually talks. But, I think eventually both sides, with this flow of actually situation and circumstances, they are going to come back to the table. Why? Because these attacks that Americans are now doing and operating in the region and against Iran, not those only could not actually put Iranians in the position to come back to the table, because right now the regime has thousands of missiles and drones stockpile, and with this current flow that they actually pursued about how they use these missiles and drones. They are going to have these for at least and continue these attacks for I think months, even 1 year. So during this moment and during this time, Americans would actually have under very massive pressure because military cost and financial cost would rise, and oil prices in the same time would actually rise, and domestic pressure both from their political opponent and opposition, is mainly the Democratic Party, and American people actually would be more than before. So I think they are coming back to the table, American. From the Iranian side, I think the main thing is not enduring the attacks. The main thing is just the economic pressure and blockade. The main thing that was successful before was this only element, and because of that, Iranian came back to the table before this time because they could not, sell their oil, and their budget, the government budget, would decrease fundamentally. So this is another fact that eventually makes Iranian come back to the table.
Mr. Sivansh, how exactly then do you think that the concerns around what's happening in the larger Middle East continue to affect what Iran is also bringing to the table and the leverage that it knows it has over the Strait of Hormuz? And add to that what's happening also as part of the Houthi rebels' maritime blockade of Saudi Arabia, that is also a matter of concern.
I think, this war for hardliners in Tehran are not fundamentally a threat. Actually, completely opposite. Using this kind of wars, they are going to have excuse to actually oppress more Iranian civil society, especially activists, using the labels like acting against country or participating with enemies, and until this war and this current attacks are as the same that Iranians launch, for example, 4 or 5 missiles every day, and dozens of drones. They are going to continue this. They could continue this for months, and this is not a major actually concern for them. So in the same time, they can oppress Iranian society more. But for the other thing that you mentioned, actually the Houthis, they want to use that card when the escalations went far away, that actually their survival challenged them. Before that, during these years, they never actually attempted to close the Strait of Hormuz until this current war, because they thought that their survival is in the risk. So I think for the Houthi side, they are going to use that card and close the Bab-ul Mandab when the escalation went far away from this.